time there is a sudden drop in score, right? So sometimes SSC may people have scored 75, HSC may they go 53, 54, and then in graduation they again probably bounce back with 65, 70, and so on. So whenever this question comes across, people try to fake around with the answer, saying that I was unwell, or I was going through some kind of a medical challenge, or my family mates were going through some certain profit challenge, and so on. But in the fact, it is in the reality that's not the case. It is they are just trying to make up the answer. So is there in a better way to be truthful and at the same time ensure that they accept our answer about why there is certain kind of a drop, significant drop in the scorecard?
So a very tricky question, as Prathamesh said, but you can handle it very tactfully if you can prepare it. And thankfully, you're exposed to this particular session today, where you have got an opportunity to prepare. Now, how I would like to go through this or respond to this, I'd like to tell you. So the truth, actually, we are being honest here. To be honest, we are honest. But you have to say that obviously the environment at that point was different. So you will position it as at that point when I was doing my HSC, where my score dropped from 75% in SSC to 53% in HSC, for example. You say that the environment was quite different from what it was when I was doing my SSC. My level of interest at that point in time was more towards the subjects which were not a part of my academics. Okay, I was more interested in exploring other subjects or other areas, unfortunately not a part of my HSC board or academics, and hence due to that, okay, there was a dip in the score. Then you can also say that I was more inclined towards being a person who was more inclined towards commerce subjects. Okay, there are certain science subjects, because as we all know that it's a mixed package. You sometimes have subjects which you may not really like, or you may not be really aligned or inclined for, or have an aptitude for. So there were certain subjects in which my interest was not so keen, and hence I did not focus too much on those subjects. But at the same time, these subjects, so you can list down the subjects that I was very keen in. If you see, my scores are really high in them. So of course my aggregate and overall score has dipped because of one or two subjects, these subjects which I was not really very keenly interested in, but it was a part of my curriculum. So this is also a very smart way of putting it as, जो सब्जेक्ट्स में मैं अच्छा हूँ, मैंने उसमें बहुत अच्छा किया, आप देख सकते हो रिपोर्ट में. एग्रीगेट मत देखिए, क्योंकि एग्रीगेट ये दो सब्जेक्ट्स जो मेरे इंटरेस्ट के नहीं है, and I focus on subjects which are more interesting to me, right? That is a very fair enough answer. Then you can also say that later on, okay, I developed more interest towards those subjects with age and with time as I got more experience, and hence I scored better in my forthcoming examinations, which is very clear in my resume, which you can see. तो इसमें आप क्या बोल रहे हो? आप बोल रहे हो कि भले मेरा एक डिप हुआ था, लेकिन वो डिप इसलिए हुआ था क्योंकि उस वक्त शायद एनवायरनमेंट अलग था. Okay, you could say that sometimes at that point in time I was more interested in sports. So आपका जो reason है उसे आपको ऐसे craft या position करना है as if it's not a negative. I was more interested in sports than in academics, and I honestly believe that academics is not a precursor or a marker for intelligence. That is always a thought process that I come from, because academics is just a score, but end of it there is a lot more beyond your academics and your curriculum, because it's only theoretical. Academics is more theoretical, and I believe a lot in practical, and I focused more on gaining practical knowledge and applying my skill set and exploring the areas which I was interested in. So what you're trying to do is, you're trying to show that you have an all-round personality, and you're trying to give them a jawab. Okay, Prathamesh can correct me on this, that academics is not a marker of intelligence. So bhale mera score dip hua hai, but it's not that at that point I was not smart or intelligent. It was just that I was focusing on the overall development. I was focusing on developing some other skills, okay, which now has really helped me, fetch a better job or perform better in those particular other areas of my career. तो आप ये जब बताते हो तो आप ये बोल रहे हो कि मैंने उसको पढ़ाई नहीं किया. This is a very smart way of putting it that way. But क्यों नहीं किया? Not because I didn't want to study, because my interest was in the other subjects and less in the particular subjects which I was offered as a HSC curriculum. So this is what you can talk about. Or I was still in the evaluating stage if I want to pursue science or get back to commerce. after my SSC, and hence because of that decision which I was still to make, okay, there was a fall in my HSC. तो आप उसको ऐसे पोजीशन कर सकते हो in a very assertive manner without feeling embarrassed or guilty. ये बहुत जरूरी है. What you say and how you say. Again I come back to that. तो आप जो बोल रहे हो उसका आप कैसे बोल रहे हो. आप बहुत गिल्टी होके आपको बहुत बुरा लग रहा है, या फीलिंग एम्बैरेस्ड, हाँ वो थोड़ा ऐसे. नो, you should be absolutely assertive and confident when you say that. Does that make sense, Pratham?
100%. I think that is how it should be.
You can argue.
So I would, yes. So I would like to, probably give you a similar perspective, though I have not faced this kind of a situation, but there is a different situation which will give you a perspective on the previous question and this as well. So I did my MBA in marketing, and then I had interest in area of market research and so on. So I was fortunate enough to get placed by campus in the company as AC Nielsen, which is the best market research agencies in the world. And when I was switching the job, so I realized during that time that मेरे Saturday Sundays waste हो रहे, and probably I can be better, probably acquire knowledge and put that time to use. So Friday night party करना है, दोस्तों के साथ घूमने नाचने जाना है, सब करना है. But then Saturday Sundays ऐसे ही निकल जाते थे. So I thought let's study further, and I had a confusion whether to do masters in economics and or masters in psychology. Let me be very honest with you and transparent. I wanted to do masters in economics because my economics teacher during my MBA days was fabulous, and she sort of sowed those seeds कि like क्यों economics जरूरी है हर एक बंदे को सीखना. So I had an interest about doing in economics, so I thought I'll do MA in economics. And after, when I was researching what to do, one of my professor told that a marketer is incomplete if you have not learned psychology. So do MA psychology. तो अब ये मेरे जिंदगी का सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है. अगर आप मुझे बोलोगे कि सर ये दुकान में वड़ा और समोसा दोनों अच्छा मिलता है, आप क्या खाओगे, तो मेरा सवाल रहेगा दोनों. ठीक है. So whenever this is my problem, like I get into a situation where I have two options and I want both of them.
A catch-22.
So whenever I go to, that's how I resolve it. So whenever I go to shopping, I like two jackets. इसमें से कौन सा खरीदना है, ऐसा नहीं, दोनों खरीदना है. ठीक है. तो I end up blowing off money like this. Now this is my characteristics. This is my makeup. And the same thing happened. Then I was wondering कि MA economics करूँ कि MA psychology करूँ. The real Prathamesh popped in and says ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या होगा, दोनों में फेल हो जाएगा, दोनों ट्राई कर ले. Right now I did both the degrees simultaneously, and you guys won't believe corporates had a problem with this. Right now when I say problem, it was in this fashion. Now you will know how to put forward the negative pointers also in a positive fashion. So when I was giving further round of interviews to crack other companies, when I wanted to leave Nielsen and join other companies, every single interviewer has asked me this question: why should we hire you? You seems to be very confused and scattered and all over the place. Engineering, MBA in marketing, MA in psychology, MA in economics, it is not making any sense to us. We don't feel you are the right candidate. Right? अभी अगर ये बात मैं उनकी मान लेता तो इंटरव्यू खत्म हो जाता. Right? So मैंने अपनी, क्योंकि मुझे honestly when they asked me what is that real reason, I didn't had a real reason. I can't give this reason to them about the confusion. But so I always used to tell them, sir, I am not confused, but I am a person who is exploratory in nature, right? So if you ask me what is the 100%, what is the exact reason behind you pursuing two things, I honestly don't have an answer, sir. But I know for the fact that some way or the other, today or tomorrow, this knowledge is going to help me to not only build myself, but bring that additional knowledge for making a better research for your company going further. So whether it is, so it's not about what type of knowledge I have acquired, but it is very sure that some fundamentals are relatable, and I am sure personally that those are going to help me to give a better output to you comparative to students who have not learned it.
Absolutely.
So you flip the story around.
Package.
You flip the story around, you turn the table and you say कि यार ये weakness है ही नहीं, ये तो strength है. तो मैं ज़्यादा पढ़ रहा हूँ, उसमें तुम्हें problem क्या है? Are you getting it? So rather than saying कि सर मैं confused था, मुझे पता नहीं था जिंदगी के साथ क्या करना है, तो मैंने दोनों डिग्रियां कर ली, ऐसा अगर होता तो उसको लगता था डिग्री भी फेक है, तो ये बंदे में कॉन्फिडेंस ही नहीं नजर आ रहा है, right? So this is how you try to, as ma'am rightly said, you try to turn the table around and put the situation in such a way कि उसको लगना चाहिए यार ये तो इसका एडवांटेज है, right? So once your score is dropped, you probably give an authentic answer in a such a way that what you have learned through this entire process and how that drop has made you realize probably some brutal facts of life that you have come across and how you have overcome that particular thing. Trust me guys, corporates are not interested in your marks, but they are interested in you. अगर आपने उनको कन्विंस कर लिया कि मुझे 50% मिले थे लेकिन मैंने 50% ज्यादा पढ़ाई की है उसके बाद, they are interested in that. All right, so make sure that you have assertive nature and probably a positive focus towards interview and questions. So rather than getting dejected, have a lateral perspective towards your thinking, how can I leverage on this particular challenge which I have come across, and so on and so forth. So that will help you to probably clear every single round of interview with more effectivity, more confident, and also every single question which comes across. Because we or anyone in this world cannot train you for every single question which you are going to face in the interview. It is impossible. तो ये तुम्हें अपने आप डेवलप होना पड़ेगा. All right.